The Radio Festival 2011 has just drawn to a close, and the final session featured legendary Bob Harris on stage talking to Gambo. How did the session go for you?
Well, I think it was all right. Paul and I have just both said we felt we'd just got started. And you saw the red lights going. Thought, oh my God, I was thinking, I'm just relaxed now. I've just got going. Yeah, so I think we could have been up there for probably most of the afternoon. It's probably best we weren't.
And somebody you've known for a long time in Paul to talk to, I guess.
Yeah, and somebody I admire very much, you know.
How honoured were you to be asked to do the final big interview at the festival?
Well, it's incredible. I mean, it's been an amazing, almost surreal last 3 or 4 weeks, because I got back from Nashville a couple of weeks ago, where I was given the Trailblazer Award at the Americana Music Awards on stage at the Ryman. Then I collected my OBE, then we went away on holiday, and then we came back, and now I'm here. So it's a bit of a kind of whirlwind of, it's slightly surreal.
And one of the big themes of what you were talking about on stage was about, obviously, music and your role throughout your broadcasting career of breaking new artists and bringing music to a new audience who perhaps haven't heard that. It kind of almost takes us full circle, because Monday night Pete Townsend was here talking at the first ever John Peel lecture about that very subject. I mean, how passionate are you still? There was a sense from Pete that radio isn't doing enough to champion new artists. I guess you dispute that a little.
You know, you look at it overall, and he's probably right. Particularly, you know, it's like all the video channels. There are so many digital radio channels, so many channels now. And if you were to break them down into percentages, I wonder how much music is being played that people hadn't heard before. In that respect, I think he's probably right. I mean, in the context of my own programs, then, well, I mean, new music is the engine of all the shows that I do, as you know. I mean, the country show, for example, who would have ever dreamed that the program would be successful on the basis of me playing tracks that people have probably never heard before by artists they don't know? But that is the reality. That's what I do. And, you know, the program has just had its second highest audience figures ever. So you think, well, there's much more tolerance in the audience. They're much more willing to go along with you if you're introducing them to new music than I would say a lot of programmers probably give them credit for. And I mean, one of the problems we've got at the moment, of course, is this horrible sort of really, really tight rotation of a very limited number of tracks that just come around at you again and again and again. I think, you know, you can be more imaginative than that, and I think that's, you know, probably what Pete was saying.
Yeah, I suppose other than at Six Music, a lot of the BBC's music radio output, the new music and the specialist stuff tends to be off-peak.
Yeah.
So those audiences, if they're perhaps not listening at the times, have got to go searching for it on-demand content to some extent.
Well, I mean, look at what happened when suddenly Six Music was under threat. You know, I mean, at last the audience got behind the station, backed up the station, said, no, wait a minute, we listen to the station, we love it, we're only finding music here, we can't find the same music anywhere else, and and all that support that Six Music had. So that moment of threat mobilized and made visible an audience, which I don't think necessarily a lot of people would have credited Six Music as having, but it does have. And it's, again, you know, it's an endorsement of the fact that if you go a bit, you know, I'm not talking about you know, hitting people with stuff they're going to hate, but you can take them off left of centre a little bit, and they're not only going to be tolerant of that, they're going to encourage you to do that. And Six Music is the obvious example of that happening, you know.
Thanks for talking to us, Bob, and thanks for coming to the Radio Festival.
It's been great. Thanks very much.